Hello, everyone. Today, we will explore a topic of great importance, the real estate market and current trends that resemble what happened before the 2008 financial crisis. I invite you to watch the video until the end, as lessons from the past can guide us in the present. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, don't miss the opportunity. Subscribe and activate notifications to stay updated with the latest information on economics, finance, and more. Let's get started. Now, hold your breath because we're about to discover Buffett's top 5 predictions about the real estate bubble, and the number one will leave you astonished, believe me. 5. Warren Buffett, during the Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting in 2006, warned about the real estate market bubble and emphasized that it was fueled by speculative real estate investors using extreme leverage and greed. During the 2006 Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting, Warren Buffett, widely recognized as one of the world's greatest investors, issued a striking warning about the state of the U.S. real estate market at the time. He highlighted that a bubble was forming, and the roots of this problem were deeply connected to real estate investors who were acting speculatively, relying on excessive leverage, and succumbing to greed. Buffett's warning echoed as an alert about the underlying dangers of the market. Signaling that the unrestrained appreciation of real estate was unsustainable and that rampant speculation was creating a precarious situation, Warren Buffett's words during that meeting proved prophetic as, shortly thereafter, the U.S. real estate market faced one of the worst crises since the Great Depression. The bubble burst, leading to a sharp decline in home prices and triggering a recession that affected not only the U.S. but also many countries around the world. Buffett's analysis emphasized the importance of recognizing the role of speculative investors and excessive leverage in the formation of asset bubbles, reminding everyone that the financial market is susceptible to excesses. And it is essential to address these behaviors to avoid future crises. 4. The period leading up to the 2012 real estate market crash witnessed a rapid increase in home prices in the U.S., becoming the epicenter of a modern gold rush, leaving buyers frustrated and confused. The period leading up to the 2012 real estate market crash was marked by an extraordinary surge in home prices in the United States. The real estate market became the epicenter of a modern gold rush, with property prices steadily rising and then skyrocketing after 2002. This attracted a flood of investors and potential buyers, many of whom believed that prices could only go up, fueling demand and speculation. This euphoria surrounding the real estate market put pressure on buyers to enter the market before prices became even more unattainable, resulting in increased demand for mortgages and investment opportunities. However, as home prices continued to rise rapidly, many buyers found themselves in a challenging situation. They acquired properties at inflated prices with mortgages that became difficult to afford. When the market finally collapsed, it left these buyers in a predicament, with properties worth much less than what they had paid for them. The real estate gold rush turned into a trap, leaving buyers frustrated and confused, and generating a financial crisis with global consequences. It served as a vivid reminder of the dangers of excessive speculation and a lack of regulation in the real estate sector, highlighting the importance of sound financial practices and caution in the real estate market. And then, Warren Buffett is quite realistic, isn't he? But get ready because the number one on our list will surprise you. 3. The current real estate market is being compared to the bubble that preceded the 2008 crisis, with a significant increase in investor activity in recent years, often relying on speculative and risky financing methods. The current real estate market is being watched with growing concern as many experts compare it to the bubble that preceded the 2008 crisis. In recent years, there has been a significant increase in investor activity in the real estate sector, as home prices continue to rise in many regions of the United States. These investors often rely on speculative and risky financing methods to enter the market. This includes obtaining loans with significant leverage, which exposes them to considerable risks because any price drop can result in substantial losses. This rampant speculation, along with the increasing demand, has driven home prices to historically high levels in various metropolitan areas, further fueling the comparison with the previous bubble. The underlying problem with this activity is that, as home prices continue to rise, it becomes increasingly difficult for the general population to buy a home. This creates a situation where many potential buyers face significant financial hurdles to enter the real estate market, and many of them resort to loans and risky strategies to try to secure a stake in the market. However, history shows that scenarios of high speculation, excessive leverage, and risky financing often precede real estate market crises. Therefore, the comparison with the 2008 crisis serves as a reminder that a lack of financial discipline and unbridled speculation can lead to a market collapse with significant economic implications. 2. Real estate markets are susceptible to rapid price fluctuations due to their dependence on a small number of recent transactions to determine property values, making them vulnerable to sudden drops. Real estate markets are notoriously volatile and can experience significant price fluctuations in a short period of time. This volatility occurs primarily because of how property prices are determined. Unlike the stock market, where prices are determined by nearly real-time transactions, the real estate market often relies on a small number of recent transactions to assess property values. This means that the perceived value of a home or property can be influenced by a few recent sales, making the market vulnerable to sharp fluctuations. If some of the recent transactions occur at inflated prices due to speculation, this can artificially inflate property values, creating a bubble in the market that, when it bursts, results in abrupt price declines. This dependence on a limited number of recent transactions to assess property values also means that the real estate market is slower to adjust to changes in economic conditions. When there is an oversupply or a decrease in demand, for example, it may take some time for these changes to be reflected in property prices. However, when changes finally manifest, they can occur quickly and dramatically, resulting in sudden price drops. This dynamic makes careful monitoring and regulation of the real estate market essential to prevent bubbles from forming and to ensure economic stability. And now, are you ready to find out what's at number 1? Let's go! 1. Warren Buffett concludes that the current real estate market conditions are similar to those preceding the 2008 crisis, warning that bad loans and speculative investors are fueling a potential future real estate crisis. Buffett makes a concerning comparison between the current real estate market conditions and those preceding the 2008 financial crisis. He points to several warning signs, including a significant increase in investor activity, many of whom rely on speculative and risky financing methods to enter the market. Furthermore, the observation that high-risk loans are being granted to finance property acquisitions that don't generate positive cash flow, such as Airbnb and short-term investments, reinforces the similarity to the practices that triggered the 2008 crisis. This analysis serves as an important warning about the possibility of a future real estate crisis, emphasizing that history tends to repeat itself when it comes to real estate bubbles fueled by speculation and high-risk financing. The lesson from the past is clear: when bad loans and speculative investors dominate the market, the stability of the real estate sector is threatened, and the sudden collapse of prices can have serious economic consequences. Therefore, it is essential for regulators, investors, and buyers to be aware of these risks and exercise caution to avoid a repeat of history. We've come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content and found it valuable, please leave your like and share your comments and questions below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications to stay updated with our future updates. Thank you for watching and for being part of our community. Until next time.